welcome to the Ultimate Blender Beginner course. If you ever demanded of creating 3D models or animation but felt difficult by the complexity of the Blender, you are in the right place. This course is designed especially for beginners like you. Whether you are an aspiring 3D artist, a hobbyist, or someone curious about 3D modeling, the course will take you step by step from knowing nothing to confidently creating your own 3D models. Why take this course? Blender is one of the most powerful open source 3D modeling software and it's used by professionals in industries ranging from video gamers and movies to product design. But getting started can feel intimidating with so many buttons, features and menus. It's easy to feel lost. That's why this course is built to make learning Blender simple, fun and accessible. This course focuses on hand-on practical learning. You will dive right into Blender and start creating real projects from day one. You will work through over 50 different 3D modeling projects, each one designing to teach you essential tools and techniques. By the end of this course, you will be able to create fully rendered 3D objects and have a strong understanding of how the Blender works. Hi, in this video, I'll show you how to download latest version of Blender in your PC. And you can also download some older version of the Blender because it is lag free and it supports all the extensions. So firstly open your browser whichever you like. I'm opening Chrome browser and search here Blender. Now you need to click on this website named www.blender.org. Click on this website and now the latest version is 4.2. and if you will watch this course later then the latest version might change. So first download the latest version. Whenever you press download, it automatically recognize your PC. I'm using Windows, that's why it's automatically selected the Windows, and if you use Mac then you can select here Mac, Intel, Mac, Apple, Silicon. So press download to download it, and it will take some time to download according to the internet speed. Whenever it will be downloaded then it will shown in your download folder. Now I am going to explain you how to download its previous version of Blender. So just back and click on the download, select this button looking for previous version, click on it and now press download any Blender. It will take some time to open. Then after it shows all the versions of the Blender since it was launched. So here Blender 1.0, Blender 1.6, and you can download any version of the Blender whatever you like. So currently I am using Blender 4.2. You can, if you want to download Blender 3.6, click on it, then select the version which you want to download. If you are using Mac OS then you can download Mac OS. If you are using Windows then you can download from this link. And if it will be downloaded then it will show in your download folder. Now open the download folder. Here Blender installation file is now visible. Double click on it or click right button and click open, then click next. I have already installed the Blender, that's why it is shown in my PC. If you are installing it fresh then it will not shown in your PC. Then click next and it will install in your PC. If you are using Mac OS then directly drag your installation media into the installation folder. In this video I'll explain you all the basic user interface of the Blender. Firstly, whenever you open the Blender or start the Blender, this splash screen will come in front of you and it consists of some things. In Blender we can do many things. We can do 3D modeling and we can do animation, we can do sculpting, VFX, video editing and many more things in a Blender. So the most used function is general, that is called modeling section, or we can create any environment in the general section, and these are the area where some recent files are shown. So create general and this default screen will come in front of you. The first thing is mesh, then this is a camera, you can see it here, and this one is light, and this is the basic user interface to the Blender, and this is called the viewport, and this is called scene collection. And scene collection consists of all the things which are visible in the viewport. I am going to add a cylinder, Then the scene collection also consists of cylinder. If I delete the cylinder, then it will also delete from the viewport and scene collection as well. Now you can see that. So scene collection basically collects all the material which are shown in the viewport. This is called the toolbar section. You can unhide and hide it by pressing T in your keyboard. The name of it is gizmo. It is basically known as gizmo and it consists of three direction. First direction is X direction, second one is Y direction, and the vertical direction is called Z direction. Like this is called the Y direction. Green light shows Y direction, red light shows X direction, and the blue light shows Z direction. So this is called the gizmo, this is called cube, and you can say it mesh, this is camera, and this is point light. And this is called toolbar. You can hide it, unhide it by pressing T in your keyboard. Now I am going to tell you one thing. This is the basically object mode, where we can add any object, we can delete any object, we can scale, rotate, and we can perform some activities in the object mode. If we want to do some advanced level editing, if we want to do some advanced level modeling, then we can do it from edit mode. Just select this option and then select edit mode. Now we are in editing mode. There we can perform many things in a editing mode. Here are the three things: first vertex mode, second edge mode, and the face mode. We will discuss it in the next video. So this is the basic user interface of the Blender. First one is, this is the viewport area, this is the viewport area, this is gizmo, this is scene collection, and from this we can change the setting and we can change the render setting, anything, add material, add texture. This is the data property, this is the physics simulation modifier. We can do many things from this panel, and this is scene collection. So in next video I'll show you some important setting that you must have to enable in your PC that will help you in modeling in the Blender. So I'll meet you in the next video. Bye. In this video I'll show you some important setting that you must have to enable in your PC and that will help you during the course. First, go to the edit and select this preference, and this is the same in the Mac and the Windows OS. Then go to the input and enable this emulate 3 button mouse. If it is disabled, then enable it, because it will help you to rotate and move your, it will help you to rotate the mesh or the viewport by pressing Alt. If you are pressing Alt, then you can easily rotate it, and if you are pressing Shift and Alt, then you can move the viewport area like this. If you press Alt, then you can rotate it anywhere. If you want to rotate it, then you can rotate it anywhere from your external mouse by clicking left button. And if you are pressing Shift and Alt, then you can move it anywhere by pressing left button in your mouse. So I would recommend you to use a external mouse because it helps you a lot. Then after, again go to the edit and select this preference and go to the system. Here some system settings are shown. It might be possible that you by default system setting are in none, then convert it into optics. Most people advise you to use CUDA. You can use it, but I personally believe that optics is little bit faster than the CUDA. In my PC I have two graphics card. First one is dedicated and second one is integrated. If you are using a PC with dedicated graphics, then you can enable this setting, first one, and disable the integrated setting, integrated graphics card. And then after, go to the add-ons and enable all the add-ons which are shown in my PC. These are the some important add-ons. You not need to enable this add-on. This is not necessary. I'll explain you about this Blender kit. Firstly, enable this all the. If you are not getting this extension from this add-on section, then go to the get extension and you can easily search it from here. You can search all the extension which are not visible in this section. Go to the get extension and firstly enable these two add-ons. These are the very important. And then go to the add-on sector section and enable here node wrangular. This is the very important extension are the, you can say that, some shortcuts which helps us to perform some activity that are harder if you will do manually. Go to the system and enable this optics. Then go to the input and enable this emulate 3 button mouse, and it will help you to perform any activity from your external mouse. Then go to the add-ons, then enable all the add-ons which are shown. Then go to the get extension and enable first one and last one extension. So these are the some important last one I want to say you. The last one I want to say you that you must have to save all the settings by clicking save preference. I know this one automatically save, but you can save it manually, save preference. Then after close this panel. Now we are ready to explore all the things in a blender. From next video we will learn the basics, movement, rotation, and we will perform some activity in the blender. So I'll meet you in the next video. In this video I'll show you the basic function of the edit mode. So for switching into the edit mode, we have two options. First option is go to this option and select edit mode, and the second option is press tab in your keyboard like this. Press tab and you see here we are now in object mode, and whenever I press tab it will automatically switch into the edit mode. So I'm going to explain you some basic function of the edit mode. So this is called the selection tool. From the first one we can select the vertices of this cube. We can select this vertices. This is called the vertex. There are four vertices. This one is fifth vertex, sixth vertex, seventh vertex, and there are I think 12 vertex in this cube. And second one is known as the edge selection mode. We can select this edge by pressing this is called the edge. This one is vertex, this one is edge, and this is face. Let me show you. I click this and I select this vertex, and if I want to select this vertex along with this vertex, then press shift and select this. You can select many vertex by pressing shift. So now I'm going to explain you this edge selection mode. Whenever I select this edge selection mode, we can select any edge of this cube. And if I want to select 3 edges at a time, then press shift. Now we can select 3 edges at a time. We can select 4 one, fifth one, sixth one, seventh one, anything, whatever I want. And third one is face selection mode. We can select any face by this face selection mode. And again the same process. If I want to select two faces, then I have to select shift. Now I'm going to show you some basic function. First one is I want to scale this cube only in the y direction. So what I have to do, select this face and press G to move it. Now it is moving on the any direction, so press Y to move it on the Y direction. Here you can see that. Now I want to scale this face in the X direction, then press G and X to move it on the X direction. So this is the basic function, very basic function of the edit mode. Firstly select this face and press R to rotate it. Now you can see that we can rotate it. Now I want to rotate it on the X direction, then press X. Here you can see that it is now rotating. So this is the basic function. And if I want to extrude it, or press G and then press Y to scale it on the Y direction. Now I am going to show you some another option that is scaling. So undo it by pressing Ctrl Z. Now select this face and press S in your keyboard. Now you can see the magic. It is now scaling down and now scaling up. So we can do this function as well in the edit mode. Now it is look like a light box which is used during the recording, and you can say that this is the old TV. I'm going to scale it down the upper face, then press scale to scale it down. Now this, select this face and press G. Now you can see that we can do anything in the edit mode. So this is the basic function of the edit mode. Let's switch into the object mode and add a cube, press U. So delete it. You can select it. We can delete it by pressing X in your keyboard and select delete. Now add a cube now, and we can make many things from this cube. So I'll explain you in the next video, because I think this video might be complicated if I'm going to explain all the things in this video. So I'll explain another feature in the next video. In this video we will perform some activity. This is called a cube. So we will first rotate it by pressing Alt, and we can move it by pressing Shift and Alt. So firstly I want to explain you these tools. This one is for selection box. We can select anything. We can select camera, we can select light by this selection mode. So I'm going to select this cube. Then after, this is a cursor. This is not used so much. This one is move. We can move any things like this. We can move by this tools, move tool. We can do it by shortcuts. I'll explain you later. This one is used for rotate. We can rotate it by here like this. We can rotate it. Press Ctrl Z to undo it, and press Ctrl Shift Z to redo it. If you are using Mac, then control, in place of control you can press command. Then this one is for scale. We can scale it in a specific direction. Like this blue line indicates Y direction, as you can see in the gizmo. So it will scale in the only Y axis. You can see that. I'll show you from the front. Now you can see that it is now scaling only on the Y axis, and this is X axis, so it will scale only on the X axis, and the vertical line denotes Z axis, so it will scale only on the Z axis. And this one is the combination of all three. Like we can move, rotate and scale directly from this tool. Like we can move it, we can rotate it, and we can scale it. So this is the combination of all the three tools, and this is used for the annotation. We can write anything. Now this is for measurement. We can measure the actual exact length of the cube and anything by pressing here like this. This is something around 4.73 meter, and we can, from this tool we can draw any cube like this. We can draw any cube, any plane from this. This is not so much used things. We will do shortcut, and we are not going to use this tool. And we can hide and unhide by pressing T in your keyboard. Now again select this selection mode, and I'm going to explain you some basic shortcuts. For movement, press G in your keyboard. We can move anywhere by pressing G. You can see that, see this. Now I want to move it only on the X axis. The red line denotes X axis. So I want to move it only on the X axis. Then press G and X to move in the X axis. All the shortcuts are visible in the bottom portion like this. You can see it from here. Now I want to rotate it. Then press R for the rotation. We can rotate it. Then I want to rotate it on the X axis. Then press R, then press X to rotate on the X axis. Now I want to rotate it on the Y axis. Then press R and Y to rotate in the Y axis. If I press the left button of the mouse, then it will change its rotation, and if I press right button, then it will take its original position. Then I'm going to press the right button, then it will automatically change to its original position. So this is the basic function. G, grab, we can move anywhere, and if I want to move it on y axis, then press y. R for rotation, and the third one S for scale. Select this cube and press S to scale it, and I want to scale it only on the x axis, then press S and X to scale it on the x axis. Then I want to scale it on the y axis, then press S and Y to scale it on the y axis. I hope that you are understanding all the concept what I am teaching. So I'm going to undo it by pressing Ctrl and Z. I'm going to show you some types of meshes, that cylinder, cone. So go to the add and go to the mesh, and here you can see there are different types of mesh. First one is plane, a simple plane. Second one is cube, that is this is cube. Third one is circle, simple circle, and fourth one is UV sphere and sphere. Both are the same but different properties. This one is cylinder, cone, and the torus, and the monkey. The name of this monkey is Sujan. So firstly add this monkey because this monkey is very interesting. If you want to hide it, then select this cube and press this I button. Now we can see the monkey. This monkey, the name of this monkey is Sujan. Here you can see the name Sujan. This is now again go to the add mesh, and we can add anything like torus, hide it, and this is torus. Again hide the torus and go to the mesh and add a cone. This is a cone, you can see that. So there are different types of mesh in the blender. Here is the UV sphere, just like a UV sphere. Just press G and X to move it on X axis. Then add another UV icosphere, and you can see the difference between the sphere, both spheres. This one is in triangular shape, that you can see here, and this one is in a square shape. A square shape. This is the basic difference. This is UV sphere and this is normal sphere. Now there are so many things. This is cylinder, you can see this is cylinder. So this is the some shortcuts. If you want to move it, then press G, rotate it R, and scale it from, then you need to press S. G, R and S. This is the universal shortcut of the blender to perform some activities. So in next video I'll explain the basic function of the edit mode. When we already saw the function of the object mode, we can scale, grab and rotate, and we will see the basic function of the edit mode in the next video. So I'll meet you in the next video. So from this video we will work on the real life projects, and we will make real life objects like ice cream cone, chalk and table, chairs and many more things, just like a candle. Let me show you. Firstly, we will make ice cream cone, chalk, toothpick, coin, and this is basic modeling, basic 3D modeling. Then after this is total of 25 projects. No, this is 29 project. Then after we will jump into the intermediate 3D model, and this is little bit harder than the previous one. And we will make plate, J-shape hanger, basic rubber band, ball, bottle, and many more things. Just there are total 17 projects, real life projects. Then after we will do advanced 3D models, just like this. Then after we will do bonus project. So in this video I'm going to make a ice cream cone. So we are going to make this cone, this ice cream cone, and it is very simple to make. So I'll show you how to make this. I have already made two pieces of it. So firstly we need a cone. So press shift and A to add any mesh. Go to the mesh and add a cone, and you can add by here, add, go to the mesh and click on the cone. So there are shortcuts, shift A for the same operation. So firstly we need to rotate it on a y-axis. This green line denotes y-axis. So select this select this cone and press R to rotate it, and press Y to rotate it on the y-axis. Then press 180 degree. Yes, now it rotated on the y-axis and 180 degree. So move it up, so then press G to move it and press Z to move it on the Z direction. Now we have learned two things. Firstly, how to rotate it, and then after how to move it up. Then after go to the edit mode. So select this mesh first, then select this option and switch into the edit mode. Now select this face. I want to select only this face. So go to the face selection mode. If it is selected in your PC, then select this face mode and select this face and press G to move it anywhere. Then press Z to move it on the Z direction. Now we have made ice cream cone successfully, but there is some difference. These both ice cream cone don't have any upper closed figure, so I am going to delete this face. For deleting this face, press X and select face. Now this face is now deleted. Let me show again. For deleting any things, just select this face and press X in your keyboard, and some settings is now appeared in our screen. First thing is vertices. If you want to delete vertices, you can do. We can delete edges, faces, and many more things. So I'm going to delete face. So now again switch to the object mode by pressing tab. This also looks good. Now we understood how to make a cone. So in next video I'll make a chalk. So I'll meet you in the next video. In this video I am going to explain you how to make this chalk. Firstly let me explain the features of this chalk. This chalk is little bit thicker on the upper side and thinner in the bottom side. So firstly we need a cylinder to make this chalk. So I'm going to add a cylinder. For adding cylinder, press Shift and A and go to the mesh and add a cylinder. Now the cylinder is successfully added in our viewport. Then press S to scale it down. So notice something. I'm going to press S to scale it and then press Shift and Z. Shift Z indicates that we don't want to move it or scale it on the Z direction, and we want to only scale it on the X and the Y direction. This line denotes Y direction and this line denotes X direction. There is no any line which denotes Z direction. So just scale it down. So I want to show you again this method. I am going to undo it. So undo it by pressing Ctrl Z. So first press S to scale it and then press Shift and Z. Shift Z denotes that I have locked the Z axis. This means this cylinder only scale down or scale up in the X and the Y axis. So scale it down. Now this is good. And go to the edit mode by pressing tab. Now select this face, upper face, by firstly select this face selection mode and select this face and press G in your keyboard to move anywhere, then press Z to move it on the Z direction. Good. Then select lower portion of the cylinder and press S to scale it down. You can see that after pressing S we can perform the activity of scale. So scale it down slightly. Now it's looking good. Again switch into the object mode by pressing tab. Again move it up, press G and Z to move it up. Now this chalk is similarly like this chalk. So I want to rotate it on the X direction. So press R to rotate it and press X to rotate in the X direction. So again you can see that this chalk is smooth, but this chalk is not smooth. For making it smoother, select this chalk and press right click and select shade smooth. Now it is also smooth. So we have successfully made a chalk. Then after we will make some other projects. I'll meet you in the next video. So in this video we will make a coin. You can see that. You can see this is a coin image and we will make similarly like this, not 100% perfect. So for making this coin we again need a cylinder. So press Shift A to add a cylinder and add a cylinder. Now we need to scale it down on the z direction. This is z direction, this line, this is z direction, so we need to scale it down in the z direction. So select this cylinder and press S, then press Z to scale it down only in the z direction. Now the fun fact is we have made the coin. Now you can see that this coin is also looks good, this is also looks good, and this also. If you want to make it smooth, then you can select this cylinder and press and do right shade smooth, and now it is looking good, better than this. So this video only explains how to scale it down, scale it up. So I'll meet you in the next project. In this video, we will make a pencil. We will model a pencil. You can see that I have already modeled two pencil of different shape and size. So I'm gonna to make this pencil again. So we need a cylinder for making this pencil because this pencil is in cylinder in shape. So press Shift A for adding a cylinder. Go to the mesh and again add a cylinder. So I want to scale it down on the only x and the y direction. So firstly press S to scale it and lock the z direction by pressing Shift and Z. So it is now scale it down and up only in the x and y direction. So make it little bit thinner like the demo one. Now it is looking good, and move it up by pressing G and Z. Not good. Now jump into the edit mode by pressing tab. Firstly select this mesh and press tab, or we can jump into the edit mode by selecting this option. So select this upper face, but I'm not able to select this upper face because firstly we need to select this option, face selection mode. Then we are able to select this upper portion and press E to extrude it. Extrude simply increase the length of anything which are selected. Now extrude it little bit more. Now that's good. Extrude it as well bottom portion for making this conical shape. Extrude it till here. Now it is already selected, so press S to scale it down and scale it down for making tip point. Now it is looking like a pencil. So if you want to add a tip of this pencil, then press E. Firstly make sure that it is already selected, then press E to extrude it, and then press S to scale it down. Now it is looking very good, and this looks very pretty, better than these earlier ones. So switch into the object mode by pressing tab, and you can see that we have made a realistic pencil. So for making it smoother, select this cylinder or pencil, and then press right click of your button and set smooth. Now it is looking great. So we made a realistic pencil. So I'll meet you in the next video. Bye, thank you. In this video we will make this realistic diamond. I have already made this two diamond. First one is this is not looking so much great, but this is looking great. So for making this diamond we need a cone. We need a cone for making this lower portion, and we will extrude this in the upper portion and scale it down. So firstly add a cone by pressing Shift A, go to the mesh and add a cone. Rotate it on the x axis. You can see that we need to rotate it on the x direction. So press R for rotation, and you can see that this minus 136 means minus 136 degree. It is now rotated on the 136 degree. So firstly press R for rotation, press X to rotate it on the X direction, and then press 180 in your numpad. Now you can see that this is now 180 degree in the X direction. So press enter or press left button your mouse Now go to the object mode, edit mode, and now select this face. So we need to make it flatten. So press G and press Z to move it on the Z direction. Now again press E to extrude it till here and press S to scale it down. Now we made our diamond. So switch into the object mode. So we have successfully made a diamond like this. So I'll meet you in the next video. Bye. Hi, in this video we will make this simple ring, finger ring, and we will make it by the cylinder. So I wanna say you that this is not a very easy project, but it is easy but not very easy. So we need a cylinder and we will make the cylinder flat from the Z axis. And in this video I'll introduce some new concept and new tools of the blender. So let's do the process. First shift the ring to the left direction, so press G and Y and add a cylinder. Shift A, go to the mesh and add a cylinder. Same old process. Make it flat on the Z direction, so press S and Z to make it flat on the Z direction till here. You can practice it by yourself, you can follow me. Now switch into the edit mode by pressing tab, and now see everything very carefully. Select this face selection mode, select first face and then select second face. Now you are watching that whenever I select first face and I am trying to select second face, the first one got disappeared. So for selecting both face at the time, press shift and then select another face. Now both faces are selected. Then press I in your keyboard. I is for insert tool. I help us to insert any faces, any edge and any vertex in our mesh. So insert it till here, and it is now inserted on the both face. Now press X, and X is for delete. I want to delete only face, so click face. Now it is similar like a ring, but we will make this like this. So firstly select all the edge loop. So for selecting this edge, we need to first go to the edge selection mode and click this edge and again double click this edge. Now the edge of whole ring is now selected. Good. And again select this edge loop by pressing shift. First press shift in your keyboard and then select this edge and then press double click. Now we have selected both edge. Then right click of your mouse and select the option bridge edge loop. Now it is looking like a ring, but we will make it smoother. We have learned three things. First one is to make flat by scaling and in the Z direction. The second thing we have learned I for insert, and we can insert any face in the inner direction. And third one we have learned to bridge this face. Firstly select all the edge loop and right click and select edge bridge edge loop. Now switch on the object mode by pressing tab. Now we can shade it smooth by right click and shade it smooth, but this method is not so much popular and not good to smooth. So select this mesh, go to this icon, modifier icon, add modifier and go to the generate and select a subdivision modifier. Now this is looking good. Now increase its strength up to 3. This modifier uses your CPU power, so don't increase the number more than 4, 5. 3 is enough. So now you can see that we have already made a simple ring. Now in this video we have learned a modifier. Modifier basically used for shortcuts, and we can perform many activities using the modifier. And in our blender there are so many modifiers. Just press click and you can see that in generate section we have lots of modifier: array, bevel, and the most popular is subdivision surface, solidify surface, and we will learn the modifier in the upcoming video. So I'll meet you in the next video. Bye. Hi, in this video we will make this simple straw. You can see that we will make this simple straw and it is looking like a straw with a hole. So we need a cylinder for making this straw. So add a cylinder, then scale it down on the X and Y direction. So press S to scale it, then press Shift Z to only scale it down in the X and Y direction. And we did it earlier, so I am not going to explain the same things again and again. Then I want to scale it on the Z direction, so press S and Z. Now switch it in the edit mode by pressing tab. Select both faces, both upper faces. First select this face selection mode, select this face, and then press shift and select this another face. Then press X in your keyboard and delete this face. Now switch it in the object mode. Now you can see that we have made a straw. Rotate it in the X direction, so press X, R and X. Now this is looking like a straw. You can drink anything using this straw, but only in the Blender software, and this is not a real straw. And we are only learning a simple modeling, and I am clearing your basics and basic operations, and we will also work on the hard project. Firstly, you need to clear all the basics, all the basic operation, modifier and tools, and you need to get some concept. So I'll meet you in the next video. Bye. In this video we will make this hat, and this is looking very awesome. So we will make this hat. So for making this hat we need a cylinder. So I'll show you the method. Firstly add a cylinder and do the same thing as I am doing. Add a cylinder, scale it down in the Z direction, press S and Z till here. Then switch into the edit mode. Now select this lower face and press E to extrude it. Press E to extrude it till here, and then press S to scale it out, and you can increase its length as you want. So I want to increase its length till here. Now we need to delete this lower face, so select this face and press S and delete this face. Now it is looking like a hat. Then switch to the object mode, then select this subdivision modifier to make it smooth. Add modifier, generate, and add a subdivision modifier. Again increase its quality to 3. Then switch it into the object mode, edit mode. So we need to add a loop cut to make it sharper. So for adding a loop cut, press Ctrl R and then press left button of your mouse and drag it till here. Again add another, you can also add another loop cut by expanding this option and increase the loop cut quantity. Like this, you can add a loop cut from here also, and you can add a loop cut manually. So press again Ctrl R and drag it in the lower portion. Now again add another loop cut for making it more sharper, and it's your discretion. Again switch on the object mode and add another modifier called solidify modifier to add a thickness, I can add a modifier, my favorite modifier, by pressing Q, because I have already added these 4 modifiers in my quick panel, quick favorite panel. So you can add it by pressing this button, go to that modifier, generate, and add a solidify modifier. Increase its thickness and select 1 for outer thickness. Increase its thickness more. Now it's looking good. Press even thickness, and we can make it more smooth. So select this our hat and press right click and select shade smooth. Now it is more smoother, and we can fix this issue. So go to the edit mode and add a edge loop here. Firstly, off this modifier and add a edge loop here. So press Ctrl R and drag your mouse anywhere, and drag your mouse here and click left button and drag here. Now enable this solidify modifier, and you can see that it is now fixed. So we have made this hat. So I'll meet you in the next video. Hi, in this video we are going to make this water bottle, and this project is very easy, and you can see that this water bottle is slightly curved from the bottom side, and when we earlier made its cap, so in this project we will make this water bottle. So and it has thickness, and we can add thickness by the solidify modifier. You can see it here. So for making this bottle we need a cylinder. So let's add a cylinder. Go to the add mesh and add a cylinder. There are various methods to adding a cylinder. Then we should scale it on the z axis. So scale it on z axis till here and move it up. Now this is little bit high in size or high in height, so make it little bit shorter. Now this is good. Now switch into the edit mode, and then after select this upper face. First select this selection mode, face selection mode, select this face and press I to insert it, because we need to make its upper portion, this portion we need to make it this upper portion. So for making this upper portion we need to scale it down. So or we can insert it by pressing I, insert it till here, then press E to extrude it, till here. Now it is looking like a bottle. So we need to remove the upper face, so we can contain some water in this bottle. So remove this upper face. So press X to delete the upper face and select this face to delete it. Now we can add a edge loop now, but we will add it later. So go to the object mode and add subdivision modifier. And there are various methods of adding subdivision modifier and any modifier and any things. Just press F3 in your keyboard and you can search any things in the Blender. So I'm gonna search subdivision modifier. That's good. Subdivision surface. Add this here, and now it's change its shape. So increase its strength up to 3 or 4, but don't increase too much because it consumes lots of your CPU and GPU power. Your computer might hang. So we can fix this issue. This is not looking like a bottle. So we can fix this issue by adding edge loop. Go to the edit mode by pressing tab and add a edge loop in the bottom portion. So press Ctrl R and do the same process as we did earlier, and we can add more edge loop. And I don't want to make it more sharpen, let it be smoother. So I'm not going to add another edge loop here. So I'm gonna add edge loop here. So press Ctrl R, move it upwards like here. we can do. Now this is good, and you can add a edge loop here to make it more sharpen. So you can, it's your preference. So controller till here. Now good. Again switch to the object mode, but before that solve this issue. Go to the face selection mode, select this face and press I to insert it. We can solve it only by inserting. We can solve its bad shape by adding edge loop. Again switch to the object mode. Now it is looking good, smooth. So you can make more smooth by clicking right button of mouse and select shade smooth. Now that's good. Now we have made a bottle, but this bottle doesn't have any thickness. So for adding thickness, press F3 and add solidify modifier. You can search here if the solidify modifier is not appeared in your screen. SOLI solidify modifier. Select this. Increase its strength. You can make a thicker bottle. You can make a thinner bottle. Press even thickness. Now it is looking great like this. So we made a water bottle. You can use this bottle, so but only in Blender software. This bottle will not come in front of you in real life situation. So I hope that you have enjoyed this session or lecture. If you are enjoying my teaching style, my course, then you can give 5-star rating. It motivates me. And thanks, I'll meet you in the next video. Hi, in this video we will make this basic table. This is very basic table and we will make it by using edge loop and extrude tool. And we can use solidify modifier, but I don't think it will be needed. So for making this table we need a cube. So let's start the process. Add a cube here and scale it in the X and Y direction, not in the Z direction. So press S and shift Z like we did earlier. Then flat it in the Z direction, press S and Z. And it depends on you how thick you want to make the table. So press G and Z to move it up. Now that's good. Switch into the edit mode. And we need to add loop cuts in the all directions in both faces for making this leg of this table. So add loop cut, press Ctrl R and add here, then repeat the process and add loop cut in this direction as well. Now adding loop cut is now very easy because I have already taught you in earlier session or classes. So select all the face. Firstly drag your mouse and go to the face selection mouse and select all the faces. Now that's good. Press E to extrude it. Now we successfully made this table using only edge loop tools and extrude tool. Now this is looking like a table and we can put anything on the table. So I'll meet you in the next video. If you are liking this video, then you can give 5-star rating. So I'll meet you in the next video. Bye. Hi, in this video we will make this basic chair and anybody can sit in this chair, but he must be in this software, Blender software. So we can make this chair very easily because it's not so much complicated. In the previous video we have made a table. So in this video we will make this chair. So the half process is same like previous one video. So for making this chair we need a cube. Add a cube, go to the mesh and add a cube. Decrease its size in the Z direction. So press S, Z. We need to add loop cuts to extrude its all legs. So go to the edit mode, add loop cuts, Ctrl R. First deselect all the faces by clicking anywhere in the viewport. Press Ctrl R and add loop cuts in the all direction. Now select all the faces which you want to extrude. Select this one, then select shift button, press shift button and select all. Then press E to extrude. Now we have made the half portion of this chair. Now extrude these two faces for the backrest. Press E to extrude it. Now that's good. Now we need to add a loop cut here to extrude its armrest. Firstly we extrude it here. Firstly we extrude these two faces. Press E to extrude it till here for armrest and add two loop cuts in the both backrest. Ctrl R, drag it here, then again Ctrl R, drag it here, and we will extrude this face later. Then press Ctrl R here, Ctrl R here, and extrude this armrest. Select this and extrude it by pressing E. Now select this face and now select again this face by clicking shift button, then press right click and select bridge faces. Now it is looking good. Do the same process here. Press Ctrl R, add a loop cut, select this face. First select face selection mode, select this face and press shift button and select another face which you want to bridge. Then press right button of your mouse and select bridge faces. Now we have made this armrest. Now we are going to make this backrest. So for making backrest we need to add a loop cut here. So add loop cut and add another loop cut here. So add loop cut. We are doing this very roughly and we will do the hard level project in the upcoming videos very precisely. So select these two faces. First select this face selection mode, select these face, then select this face by pressing shift, and you can press F to do the same things, but it is not working here. So Ctrl Z and right click and bridge face. Now we have made the 80% of this chair and I'm going to make this portion. So making this portion is very easy. Select this face and now select this another face and do the same thing. Press right click and bridge face and select this face and now select this face by pressing shift, right click and bridge face. Now this is looking like a good chair. Go to the object mode and now you can see that we have made a similar chair like this chair. So we have successfully made this chair by using loop cuts and extrude tool. So this video is basically about the definition or introduction of the edge loop and the extrude tool and the bridge faces. So I'll meet you in the next video. Bye. Hi, in this video I'll make this book. This book is looking very amazing. So I'll make this book in this video. So we can make this book very easily. So we need a basic cube. As you can see that I have added a cube in my collection, and inside cube there is another cube. So I'll explain about this. So let's start the process of making the book. So import a cube. As you know how can I import a cube, I already told you, and make it flat in the Z direction because our book is now flat. Press S and Z to make it flat and choose what thickness you want and scale it. Now scale it in Z direction, X direction, and scale it in Y direction. Little scale it in both direction. Now it is looking good. Now we will make the pages and the book cover. So we need to go in the edit mode. So go to the edit mode, and then we need to separate the upper two faces for the book cover. These two faces we need to separate, this face and this face. So select these two faces. First select face selection mode, select upper face, and then select lower face by pressing shift. And now see very carefully, I'm going to separate these two faces from this cube. So press P for the separation and click the first option by selection. It means that we have successfully separated the selected portion from the cube. Now go to the object mode again, select this upper face and hide this, and now hide this. Then you can see that the selected portion is now hide, and we have only the unselected portion that we didn't separate it. So the basic function of P is to separate the selected part from the cube or any mesh. We separated the selected portion. Go to the edit mode, first select the mesh and rename it as book cover, and it is pages, and this one is pages. Rename it by pressing F2, pages. Now select book cover and go to the edit mode, because we are going to scale it. So press A to select everything, I mean book cover, and press S to scale. Now that's good. Now it is scaled in all the directions, so we don't need this one. So I'm gonna move it in Y direction, because this green line denotes Y direction. So press G and Y and move it in Y direction. Now this is looking good like a book, but it doesn't have any thickness. So for adding thickness, go to the object mode and press F3 to add solidify modifier. Search here solidify if it is not appeared, and select solidify. Go to the here this wrench icon, this means this denotes modifier, and increase the thickness of modifier as you want to increase. So I'm gonna increase it more. Change its -1 from 1 because I want outer thickness. Now that's good. Press even thickness. Now I'm gonna make this page like the demo one. You can see that the demo one page is looking like a real page. So I'm gonna make this. So for making the page, select first pages, or you can select from here and go to the edit mode and press Ctrl R to edge loop, because we need to add many edge loop or loop cuts for making page. So press Ctrl R and add here edge loop. Press right click of your mouse to release it. Now this pop-up icon is appeared in your screen. Expand it and increase the number of cuts. I'm using 10 cuts. You can increase it by 20 or 25, but don't increase it too much, because it consumes lots of our computer energy or CPU power. Now don't deselect it and press E to extrude it. Now this is now made. This is looking like a page. Now we have successfully made this book, and you can see that from this angle this is looking like a real book. So for making this book we don't need so much concept, and in this video we have learned one new concept that is called separation, and we knew how to separate any material or mesh, any faces from the mesh by pressing P in your keyboard. So I'll make a magazine by the same process in the next video. So I'll meet you in the next video. Bye. In this video I'm gonna make this battery using this reference image. So I have already made this battery, and this another battery is the copy of the first one. So I'm gonna make this battery. So we need a slender simple one, and we will insert this face and then extrude for making this tip, and we can make its lower portion by inserting and extruding. So I'll show you all the things in this video, so stick in this video and watch all the process and do this in your PC for the practice. So for inserting cylinder, press Shift A, go to the mesh and edit cylinder and scale it down in the X and Y direction. So for doing this, press S and Shift Z, and we did this process earlier, and that's good. Now go to the edit mode for doing all the rest things. Now I'm gonna make this top portion, so go to the face selection mode, select this face, press I to insert it, then press E for extrude. You can extrude it or extrude it inside, that's good. Then press I to insert it and press E to extrude it till here. I have extruded more, so undo it, press Ctrl Z to undo it, press E again, like that's good. So I have made the upper portion. Now I'm gonna make this lower portion. For making lower portion, again select this face, press I to insert, now press E to extrude and extrude inside, then press I to insert and then extrude outside like this. Now battery is now made, so go to the object mode and add subdivision modifier to make it smooth. So press F3 to add subdivision modifier, and you can search if it is not appearing here. If it is appearing here, then you select this subdivision modifier from here and increase its strength up to 3 or 4. Now I'm gonna solve this process. Go to the edit mode again and add loop cuts. Add loop cuts here and add loop cuts in the bottom portion. And you can add loop cut here for making it more clear or decrease the smoothness. Add loop cut here and in the top portion also. And I think the lower portion is looking good. So solve this stitching issue, select this face mode, select this face and press I to insert it. And we can solve the stitching issue by inserting any mesh. So first select the upper portion and press I to insert it. So we have successfully made a battery, so you can use it only in the Blender software for doing anything animation. So we have successfully made this. So I'll meet you in the next video. Bye. So in this video I'm gonna make this plate, and making this plate is very easy. We need a UV sphere and I'll delete upper face or upper body for making this plate. So let me show all the process and you can follow all the process for making it in your PC. So firstly add a UV sphere like this. And from this video we have started our intermediate modeling, and don't be tense, this will very easy because I have already covered all the basics modeling. Now select this UV sphere, go to the edit mode, then press 1 for the front mode. Then firstly make sure that you have enabled the X-ray mode. For enabling X-ray mode, enable this toggle button. The benefit of X-ray mode that all the portions of all the UV sphere is now visible, so we can select any UV sphere from the back or bottom or front portion like this. So for making this plate we need to select all the upper body, and if you want to increase its selection then press Ctrl plus increase its selection, and Control minus or Command minus in the Apple or MacBook. Ctrl plus increase its selection, Control minus decreases its selection. So I'm gonna delete this portion which are now selected. So for deleting it, press X in your keyboard and delete faces. Now disable this X-ray mode and you can see that this is looking like a normal plate. So I'm gonna make it like this. Firstly get out from the edit mode and select this plate, press G and Z to move it upwards. Now also move it upward, press G and Z. So for making this plate we need to scale it. So select this face, scale it like this. Now in this video I wanna introduce a new tool that is called proportional editing. For enabling proportional editing, select this option or enable this option, or you can do it by pressing O. Firstly let me do it, then I'll explain all the things. Firstly go to the edit mode, firstly go to the vertex mode, select these vertices, press Ctrl plus to increase its selection. This plate has more depth than this, so for reducing its depth we need to move it upward, so press G and Z to move it upward. Now you can see that whenever I press G, S, and this circle will appear in front of you, this circle will appear, and you can increase the circle by your scroll mouse or a scroll button in your mouse. You can increase its circle. What is the work of this circle? This circle means if I increase the size of the circle, you can see that you can move more vertices, and if I decrease it, the only selected portion is now moving, then which are not selected are also moving, and if I increase its size more, then full plate is now moving. So proportional editing helps us to move anything which are not selected. Let me off first proportional editing to understand it more clearly. So press G to move it. Now you can see that only selected portion is now moving. So whenever I enable this proportional editing, you can move unselected portion as well. Press Z to move it upward direction, and I want this much depth. Now that's looking good. So I hope that you have successfully understood what is the work of this proportional editing. If not, then I'll explain it in this video or in the upcoming videos, so don't worry. The work of proportional editing is to help us so that we can move unselected portion of the mesh, so we can make anything very easily. And you can see that this portion is not selected, these vertices are not selected, and still these are moving with these vertices. So the work of proportional editing to help the selected one to move, to give realistic modeling. So let's go to the object mode and add subdivision modifier to make it smooth. So press F3, go to the and add subdivision modifier. Go to the modifier tab, increase its strength to 3 or 4. Now it is smooth, but you can see that in this plate it doesn't have any thickness. For adding thickness, press F3 and add solidify modifier and increase its thickness, not so much, like this. And I want outer thickness, so press 1. As we did earlier, this is not a new tool, and you can see that we have successfully made this plate, but this one looks more better, so I'm gonna make this more better. So go to the edit mode and of this solidify modifier or subdivision modifier, firstly disable this solidify modifier and disable this subdivision modifier. Now select these vertices. For selecting these vertices, which vertices? These vertices. Let me show. You can do it like this. If you press 2 times these vertices, then this one is now selected. For selection of this all the vertices, circular vertices, then you need to press double click on this portion. So press double click. Now this one is selected. You can off the proportional editing, and we need to select all the portion. So firstly select this and press Ctrl plus 4 times. Now this all one are selected. So I'm gonna add depth. So press G and Z to adding depth. Now press tab. Now it has depth. I'm gonna add more depth. So press G and Z. This toggle only disable the modifier in the edit mode, not in the object mode. So you can see all the effects in the object mode by pressing tab. Now you can see that it has depth. You can scale it. Firstly of the proportionality and scale it. Press G and Z, move it upward. Now press right click and set smooth. Now it is looking like a plate. So I have already made this plate in this video, so you can understand the basic function of this proportional rating, and I'll explain its advanced function or more function in the upcoming video. So this is very basic modeling where we have made this plate using the UV sphere. So I'll meet you in the next video. Hope that you are getting all the things which I'm telling you. So I'll meet you in the next video. Bye my friends. Hi, in this project we will make this amazing ball using UV sphere, and I'm currently in material preview mode, that's why it is showing in colorful. So I'm gonna switch on the solid mode, and we will do all the work in the solid mode because it's handy and our system is not lagging in the solid mode. So we simply need a sphere, so I'm gonna add a sphere, shift A, and here add a UV sphere. And UV sphere has 32 segment, but icosphere is lesser than it, that's why I'm using UV sphere. So I'm gonna switch on the front mode, so I'm gonna press 1 and I'm gonna take it up, so G and Z, it's fine here. So I'm gonna to the edit mode and enable X-ray mode because we need to select its front and back vertices. So press 1 for the front mode and I'll delete the upper portion. So I'm currently now in vertex selection mode and select the half portion of this sphere by the selection tool and press Ctrl plus to increase the selection, and you can use Ctrl minus to decrease the selection and Ctrl plus to increase the selection. In Windows we use control, and in Mac you can use command instead of control. So I'm gonna delete it, so press X and delete faces. So disable the X-ray mode. Now it is looking like a ball, but we will make like this demo ones. So I'm gonna top mode. So for going to top mode you can go by the clicking here or press 7. So I have pressed 7. So I'm gonna object mode and scale it. So this is fine. Now go to the front mode again by pressing 1. Now you can see it has more depth, but the demo one doesn't any depth like this. So I'm gonna decrease the depth, so we can decrease it. So I'm gonna use first method, so select this sphere and press S and Z to decrease it on the Z direction like this, or we can use the proportional rating to do the same things, but it is looking very fine. But in this model I have used the proportional rating. Let me show. First to undo it by pressing Ctrl Z. Now go to the edit mode. Now firstly disable it. Now select this vertex by the vertex selection mode, and you can increase the selection. Now enable the proportional rating and press G and Z to move it upward. G and Z. So it is only moving the selected one, so increase the strength of the proportional rating by the your cursor, mouse of the cursor. So that's fine. I'm gonna increase its strength now. So it's looking good. I'm gonna press 1 for the front mode. Now it's looking good. So press G and Z again and reduce the strength. So that's good. So switch on the object mode and see is everything fine. It is looking fine. So add subdivision modifier to make it smooth. So press F3 and add subdivision modifier. If a subdivision modifier or surface modifier is not visible here, then you can search manually. SUB, and here it appeared subdivision surface. Apply it, go to the modifier panel and increase its strength to 2 or 3, whatever you want. In the If you increase the segment more than 4 or 5, then your PC might hang because it consumes lot of CPU and GPU power. So it is okay to use 2. So select right button of your mouse and press shade smooth. Now, so we have successfully made this ball, but it doesn't have any thickness. So we need to add some thickness. So for thickness, we need another modifier that is called solidify modifier. So we can add it by the F3, or you can add it by the here add modifier generate, and here you will find solidify modifier. That's good. Now I'm gonna increase its thickness on the outer side. That's good. So we successfully made this ball. That's good. Yes, everything is looking amazing. Now if you wanna add material on this like previous one, I have already added material. So I'll show you the simplest method of doing this. Firstly, select this ball and press G and X to move it on the x-axis. So now I'm gonna add material. So for adding material, select this ball, go to the material panel from here and click new to add a new material. Now I need to add base color. So select to the base color and choose whatever color you wanna add it. So I'm gonna choose any color. So this one is looking good. And what I did earlier, so I click this and using this dropper button I just select the reference image color, so it automatically pick the color, and I have decreases the roughness to make it a smooth or shiny surface. All the project file links I have given in the course, so you can download it and use in your software. So I would recommend you to download my all the projects and all the reference image which I am using right now, and use in your project while you are practicing. So we have successfully made this ball. So I'll meet you in the next project. Bye. Hi, in this project we will make this wine bottle, and it is very easy process to make this wine bottle. So let's start the process. We simply need a cylinder and we will extrude it to make this upper portion, and we will make this lower portion by the extrude tool. And I have added some material, that's why it is looking like a glass. And currently I'm in the render preview mode and in the cycle engine. So I'll show you all the things. So let's start from the scratch or from the very basic. So firstly select this and press G and X to move it on the x-axis. G and X. Now I'm gonna add a cylinder. So shift A and mesh and add a cylinder. And this is very thick in the size, so we need a thin bottle. So press S and shift Z to only scale it down in the X and the Y direction, not in the Z direction. So the thickness of bottle is good. Now I'm gonna press 1 for the front mode and press G and Z to move it upward. Good. Now go to the edit mode. Go to the edit mode. Select the upper face for the extrude. Firstly go to the front mode. Press G to and move Z to move it on the upside. Now we will make this portion. We have made this portion and I'm gonna make this portion, then we will make this portion. So firstly we need to extrude it. So I'm gonna press E to extrude like this and press S to scale it down like this. Now again press E to extrude it till here. Now you need to press E and S at the time to make, sorry, to make this portion. So I'm gonna press E and S to, so please let me zoom. So I'm gonna press E and S. Let's what happen. Only the vertices is now increasing. So I'm gonna press E again after this. So press E to make it thick. Now E and S, E and S, and again press E to extrude. Now we have successfully made the bottle. You can use E to extrude and E and X to extrude only vertices. So I'm gonna make its lower portion like this. So for making it, go to the face selection mode, select this face, press I to insert it, and press G and Z to move it upward. We can do it like this, or we can again press I to extrude it, sorry, insert it, and press E and Z like the Z. Now that's good. Now we have successfully made bottle. So go to the object mode and we will add subdivision modifier. So select subdivision modifier and add it, increase its strength. Now right click and set smooth. Now it is not looking like the demo bottle, so we will add loop cut to make it sharp. So I'm gonna edit mode and add loop cut here to make it sharp like this, and you can add loop cut here. Now I'm gonna add loop cut here. So you can solve this stretching issue, otherwise it is looking good. So I'm gonna select this. For selecting this, I'm not able to select this. So if you press this button or toggle button, then the subdivision modifier is not active in the edit mode. So I'm gonna select this. Now subdivision modifier is inactive in the only edit mode. So press I to solve the stretching issue and again enable the subdivision modifier. That's good. Now we need to add somewhere. Now everything is looking good. So I'm gonna increase the thickness of this wine bottle. So go to the top mode and press S and Shift Z to give it thickness. So it is now little bit more thicker. So press S and Shift Z. Now it is looking like a bottle. So I'm gonna make this cap. You can see that this is a simple cap. So I'll make this cap. Firstly I'm gonna switch on the edit mode and add some loop cut here and select the upper face by the face selection mode and press X and delete this face. Now again switch to the object mode and you can see our model doesn't have any thickness. So I'm gonna firstly add thickness. So press F3 and add solidify modifier and increase its thickness from the outer side. Now that's good. Now I'm gonna add its this cap. So for making this cap we have many methods, so I'm gonna use the simplest method. We can simply use a cylinder. So I'm gonna add cylinder. So go to the top mode by pressing 7. Your cursor is in center, so press Shift A, add a cylinder, and sorry I have added circle. So go to the mesh and add a cylinder. S for scale down, G and Z. Scale it little bit. Now it is looking good. Now select the subdivision modifier again on the cap and increase its strength. Press this slash button to the isolation mode and go to the edit mode. Again add loop cut to make it sharp, and I'm gonna add loop cut till here, and I'm gonna add again a loop cut. That's good. So go to the object mode and again press slash to disable the isolation mode and go to enable shade smooth. Now it is looking like a wine bottle, but you can see that this wine bottle is little bit curved and this bottle is not little bit curved because of the loop cut. So select this and go to the edit mode and disable the this and this one also, and select this loop cut and press 2 times G to change its position. Again press select this at 2 times G. Now enable both the things. Now it is curve. So we have successfully made this bottle using a cylinder. So I'm gonna add texture. So select this, press G and X. Now we will add texture or glass material. So for adding glass material, go to the render preview mode because glass material is only working in the render preview mode, and material preview mode it is looking like this. You can see it is glass but it is not looking good. So go to the render preview mode and expand this and disable this scene world. Now if you are in EV engine, then select the cycle engine because glass only works in the cycle engine, and change it to the GPU. If you have GPU, then it will work good. Select this bottle. I'll show you the exact thing. I have added a glass BSDF. So select this bottle, add a new material, go to the surface and click on this green dot button. Whenever I click this, I have got so many options. So I'm gonna select this glass BSDF. This glass BSDF means it convert the selected mesh into the glass. So select this. Now it is looking like a glass, but we need to decrease the roughness for making it glass because I think glass doesn't has any thickness. That's why. So we have successfully made a glass, and there is another method to make a glass. So should I tell you? So I'm gonna tell you. So select this and delete the material, and again I'm gonna add a new material. And for making glass, firstly we need to reduce the roughness to 0, somewhere 0, and expand this transmission and increase its weight to the 1. Now this is the another process to make glass, and both the process are equally and you can say that actually same. So we have successfully made this bottle. So I'll meet you in the next project. Bye. In this project we will make this apple slice, and as you can see that I have already made two slices. So we need simply a sphere and we will delete 3/4 portion of the sphere. So let's start the process of making this apple slice. So firstly add a sphere, UV sphere, and everything is looking good. So go to the edit mode and enable x-ray mode to select all the things. So go to the front mode by pressing 1, select the half portion of this UV sphere and press Ctrl plus to increase your selection, then press X to delete this face. Now we have half portion of this UV sphere. Now we need to delete its another half portion. So press 3 for the side view and select this portion and press Ctrl plus and again press X and delete this face. Now we have only 1/4 portion of this sphere and disable X-ray mode. Now we need to do something to make this slice. Firstly we are in edit mode, so firstly go to the vertex selection mode, select this vertex and select another this vertex by pressing shift and press F to fill it by the edge. Now we need to select this all the vertices, but now I'm going to select it by a selection mode. So this one is already selected, so press shift and press double click here If I press F, then it is working properly. And we have so many options to do it. So select all the things and press F. Now we need to modify it to give it shape like this. So press I to insert it. Now insert till here. Now what we should do, and press E to extrude inside little bit. Don't extrude it too much because it might create problem. So everything is looking good. Now go to the again object mode and add subdivision modifier to make it smooth. So press F3 and add subdivision modifier, increase its strength 2 or 3 and press shade smooth. Now it is looking like a real slice, so we can give texture to it. Now we need to add this. What is this? This is a sphere, and we should add a sphere, this sphere for like a seed. So I'm gonna add a sphere here, UV sphere, and press S to scale it down. Now we need to give it oval shape, so press S and Z to scale it in the Z direction. Now go to the this move tool and move it like this. Now it is looking like a seed, and we successfully made a apple slice. So select all the things and move it here, and we should rotate it like this. So we made a slice and set smooth for smoothing. Now it is completed. So we successfully made apple slice with a very easy process. So I'll meet you in the next project. Bye. Hi, in this project we will make this fan, and I have added a animation. Let's see it by pressing space button. So we will make this fan and we will animate it using animation tools, and I'll introduce you some new concept that is called animation. So for animating it, it's very easy process. Don't be tense. And you can see that this is the blade of this fan, and this is little bit curved from this portion like this. This is oval in shape, some like. So I'm gonna make it, and this is simply a sphere like the base of the table line. This is sphere and this is the cube. So I'm gonna start the process. So I'm gonna firstly delete all the keyframes because it might create problem. So G and X. Now again I'm gonna select it and G and X because this is demo one for me. So I'm gonna import a sphere. So press shift A. If you want to move it all the collection in one folder, then select all the collection or material and press M. This will appear in front of you. Then press new collection and give it name fan or demo fan like this and create. Now this is the demo fan collection and this is the by default collection. So I will work in the collection tab. So I'm gonna add a sphere, UV sphere, and make it flat in the Z direction. So press S and Z like this. Then after I'm gonna add a cube. So press shift A, mesh and cube. Then make it flat in the Z direction. So press S and Z like this. Then press G and X to move it here. Now decrease its size in the Y direction. So press S and Y and give the shape of the actual fan blade. So I'm trying to give it shape. So press S and Y again. Now I'm gonna edit mode to edit it. Now do whatever I'm doing and you will understand all the things by practicing. So I would recommend you to practice all the things Then after you will able to manufacture model all the things what you are thinking now. So just do practice. So select this face and press G. Press G or E. So I'm gonna press E and X to extrude it. Now I think the blade size is good. I should increase more, so press G and X this time. Now that's good. So I'm gonna make this little bit curve. So for making it curve, press Ctrl R and add a loop cut here. Now we can give it curve by selecting this face and press R and X to rotate it in the X direction like this. Like this. Now go to the edge selection mode, select this edge and press G and Z. So we should do the things again. So press R and X. Now go to the edge selection mode, again select this edge and press G and Z. Now this is looking good. So you can see that this is thin from this portion and thick from this portion as the real mirror do. So I'm gonna again object mode and go to the top view mode for copying or making the 3 fan blade. So for shifting top mode press 7. Again rename it F2 and I'm gonna give name fan blade. Fan blade. And this one you can see that motor F2 and press motor. So everything good. So I'm gonna copy it. So for copying press Shift D and copy here and rotate it R and Z and press G like this. Again Shift D and copy here and R and Z. And I'll show you another problem. Wait. Press G and move it here and R. Sorry, what happened? R and Z and G. So it's looking like a fan. Now I think everything is good. So our fan will rotate in this direction. So the thin portion should be in this direction. So this is good. So it is not any problem. The thin portion is this direction, and this direction. So I'm gonna join all the 3 blade. So select this blade and press Shift and select all the blade and press Ctrl J to join all the blade. So all the blade is now joined. Now I'm gonna make it top portion or hanging portion. So for it I'm gonna add a slender and scale it down, not in the Z direction but all in the direction like this as we did earlier. So I'm not going to tell all the things again and again because you are now expert. I think you are now getting expert. So I'm gonna increase its size in the Z direction, G and Z like this. Now I'm gonna add this one. So we can make this using the cone. So I'm gonna add a cone again. Now rotate it in the X direction, Y direction, R, Y and 180, G and Z. So now for cutting this one, you can see that this is half portion of the cone. So I'm gonna cut it. For cut it, press slash for the isolation mode. Go to the edit mode again and press. Firstly, go to the vertex selection mode, and there are many ways to cut it. But select this vertex and watch it very carefully. Press Control Shift and B. Now this happen. Control B means bevel and Control Shift B means it bevels only vertex. If you wanna bevel vertex, then use Control Shift B. So I'm gonna press slash to unhide all the things. Now I should delete this one. So select this, delete, select this face and press X, and I'm gonna delete this face. Now I'm gonna edit edge selection mode and select this edge, all the edge by double click and press E and S. Now till here. So we should also delete this portion. So select this face selection mode, select this face and press X face, like this. Now I'm going to object mode. Now we successfully made our fan, so we need to rotate it, but firstly we should make it smooth. So I'm gonna add subdivision modifier. So select this, press F and add subdivision modifier, increase its strength and right click and set smooth. Now select this, press F3 and subdivision modifier and increase its strength. Go to the firstly edit mode and add loop cuts to solve the issue. Add another loop cut here. Now everything is good. Right click and set smooth. Now I'm gonna add loop cut here. Sorry, subdivision modifier and increase its strength. Right click, set smooth. And so everything is looking good. Right click, set smooth. Now we successfully made our fan. What happened with him? This is the problem. G, firstly go to the top mode and press G and assign it here. Now, so I'm gonna add animation. So firstly I should add texture to it. So select G and white, move it here and select G and X, and firstly I will add texture. So I will use this image for texture it, giving texture it, and I'm gonna select all the things because all of these things are same in color, and we will add this cute like gold circle. So select this and go to the edit mode again. Now I'm gonna add a loop cut, control R, like this. Now go to the face selection mode, select this face and press 2 times of your mouse, but this is not working because we should click here. You can press 2 times by here, so it's now working. So now press P and separate it because we will add another texture to it. So I'm gonna select this one and select this and this and press Ctrl J to join all the things, but this one is different. You can see that this one is different. So I'm gonna give texture to select things, go to the material mode, material property, add new material, and you can use the base color to change it, but I'm gonna use the dropper tool and select this color. And this is not appearing here because we need to go material preview mode, and I'm gonna decrease its roughness like this, increase its metallic because the pen is metallic in shape, texture. So I'm gonna add another texture. I'm going to add another texture here, so we'll add gold color. So add new material and here change it to yellow because yellow means gold color, and decrease its roughness, increase its metallic. Now I think it is looking like a gold. So we will, so the pen is now made. Now I'm gonna add animation to it. So select this one and for giving animation, and we did one mistake that we should not connect this one with this, because if you rotate it, press R and Z. If you rotate it, then the upper portion will also rotate. So don't worry, don't, no problem. Select this and delete all the keyframe because it is creating problem. So G and Y. And I'll show you another method of adding keyframe. Select this pen, go to the object mode, then you will get animation, and here you can see there are two options of adding animation. First one is I shortcut, then second one is K option. If you press I, then it will automatically add so many keyframes, that location, rotation, and many things. And if you will press K, then it will ask you that what you want to animate. So I'm gonna show you. So select this, I'm gonna press K, then it is asking me that what you want to rotate or what you want to animate. So I wanna animate only rotation, so press select this rotation, and you can see that a new keyframe is now added here. So if it is not visible, then expand it. If it is not visible, then you can drag it here. So go to the 40 or press R Z and 359, enter button and press K, again press rotation. Now see what happened by space button. So duplicate it, selecting all the things and press Shift D and duplicate it. Now again press Shift D and duplicate it. Now see what happened. So it is not doing perfectly because we need to. So again go to the IT frame, again press R and Z and 359, enter, then press K and here add rotation keyframe, and now see this is rotating well. So select all the keyframe and press T and select linear because we want linear animation. You can increase the rotation speed by getting the keyframe closer, so like this, and we can duplicate the keyframe. So select all the keyframes by the selection group, press Shift T and place it here, then Shift T, and let's see is it working properly. Yes, it's working properly. Now I'm gonna show you the process of I. So select this and delete all the firstly select this pen and move it anywhere. If I move it here, then still its keyframe is now working because we have added it by the K button. But select undo it and select all the keyframe, press X and delete all the frames. Now I'm gonna edit using I. So I automatically a keyframe is added of what? All the things. So undo it and press I. Now I'm gonna do 22 frame roughly and do the same thing here and press I. Now you can see that it is rotating, but if I move it here, it will go to its place automatically like this. If I move here, it will go to its place automatically. So this is the demerit of what I. So I would suggest you that you should not use I. You should always use K button. You should use K for animation, not use I, because this fan I have give animation using the I, that's why it is changing its position. So this is all for this tutorial, my friend. So I'll meet you in the next tutorial. Bye. Hi, in this video we will make this basic ruler as you are seeing here, and we will give texture to it. Like you are seeing that it had some bump on its surface and it is looking like a wood, real wood. So that's why I put this project in my course, and we will learn giving material not by here material tab, and we will learn some advanced material. And making this ruler is very easy, but giving its texture or shading is little bit hard for the beginners. So I would recommend you to use my setting and copy it, then after you will able to make this type of texture in your blender by yourself. So let's start the process of making it. So firstly let me shift it G and Y here. Now we will make this ruler using cube. As you can see that I have another ruler and we will give texture to it. So firstly let's import a cube. So press shift and mesh and cube. We will make it flat in the Z direction, so S and Z. Then after we will reduce its wideness in the X direction, so S and X. Now I'm gonna increase its length in the Y direction because this green line denotes Y direction, so press S and Y and increase its length. And according to the ruler, ruler basically 30 centimeter. So I think I'm gonna top mode to compare its size according to the demo one. So I should increase its size in the X direction, so press S and X. Now that's good, and its length I think is good. Now you can measure its length, but we will do it by approx method. So I'm going to the edit mode and go to the solid mode to see it clearly. Now I'm gonna make a loop cut here because we need to increase its height from here. So I'm gonna add a loop cut. So for adding loop cut, press Ctrl R, press left button and release it by pressing right button. Now go to the edge selection mode and select this upper edge only. You need to select only upper edge. Now press G and Z to increase its length from here like this. I think this thickness is good. Now I'm gonna select this edge and press shift and select this edge also because we are going to make less thick here. So press G and Z here like this. So that's it, we successfully made a ruler. So I'm gonna firstly to the material preview mode. Then this is our ruler as you are seeing here. Now we are going to texture it. So firstly go to the object mode and select this demo one and go to the for giving texture. For the basic texture we can give basic texture from this material properties from our viewport, layout viewport. And for giving advanced texture you need to go to the here shading tab. So select this material and go to the shading tab to give it the advanced material, or this one I have already given the material. And you can see that there are 4 nodes. These are nodes. This is bump node, this is noise texture node, and this is the most famous and by default that is called principal BHDF, and this is also a by default that is called material output. So these two are most important and by default like cube. So I'm gonna explain you all the things. So firstly let me click this one. So we don't have any material in this ruler. So firstly I'm gonna add a material by clicking here new, and you can see that there is also not any material. So click new and there is 2 by default nodes are created here. So firstly we need to add bump here. Now firstly let me explain all the things. This is base color, means the simple color of the material, and this is metallic roughness. All the things are same like this. All the things are same like this. These both are actually same, but the difference is these 2 nodes. So what these 2 nodes do? These bump nodes create bump. And what is bump? Let me explain. And you can see that the ruler is looking like a real ruler with a bump texture. So this bump simply create the bump node. If I remove it like this, then this actually changed. So let me connect it. So this is the power of bump node or noise texture. So just copy it. So go to the your new material or ruler, and for adding here node you can use shift A and select here anything that is texture. Noise texture is the most famous, image sequence or image texture, this is the most famous things. Varnish texture. So but I always use F3. Press F3 and add here bump node. So search here bump and connect it. Now this is normal and this is also normal, so connect normal to normal. So I'm gonna connect it normal to normal. Now nothing happens because we need to change the color of it. So what is the color of ruler? I think, let me check. So hex code. So I'm gonna copy this hex code. So press Ctrl Shift to copy and I'm gonna paste it here and hex code and paste it simply and click anywhere. So the color is now applied and you can see that we have another nodes that is called noise texture. So I'm gonna add it. So press F3 and here search for noise texture, and there are two options, factor and color. If you connect factor to height and see what happens here, bump is now created, and here you can see that I have already connected factor to height, and you can do experiment. You can connect factor with the distance, strength, normal, and see what happens. So you can increase the scale. If you increase the scale, the blender is working up just opposite. If you increase the scale, then the blender will decrease its scale, and if you decrease its scale, the blender will increase its scale. So blender works fully opposite. So we successfully create our scale or ruler using these nodes. This is called node. You can move it like this, and I would advise you to enable one add-on that is called node wrangler. So go to the edit, go to the preferences, go to the get extension, and here search for the node wrangler. Now nothing happens. Then go to the add-ons, because this is the problem of blender 4.2, and here search for the node wrangler, and node wrangler is now appeared. You should enable this. And what node wrangler do? Node wrangler simply make our work very easy. So select this and press Ctrl T. Now two new node is now connected with it, and you can easily move this bumpness from here. Like you can rotate, you can scale, or you can change its axis, x-axis and y-axis. So this will only work when you have enabled the node wrangler. So this is the basic method of the texturing. You can texture it simply. This principal BSDF is like we have already used the material property. So the material property, this material property and this principal BSDF are equal. So don't worry, these two are equal, and you need to learn another nodes. So I'm gonna introduce you some another node. Press Shift A, go to the texture, and here there are so many texture. So I'm only explaining you that there are lots of probability to texture our material. So first one, the most famous is I think this image texture. Then you need to work with the noise texture that we have worked, and sometime you will use this Varnai texture, and that's it. You can use image texture, image sequence. So these are shaders. Where is these are shader, and the most famous and by default this is called principal BSDF, and there are lots of shader. So these are the only introduction purpose. So I'm going to again layout mode, and I'm currently in the material preview mode, and you can see our basic ruler is now created. You can decrease or increase its bumpness by the scaling down or up. So this is the enough for this tutorial, guys. So I'll meet you in the next tutorial. Bye. So in this tutorial we will make this headphone jack using this reference image or using this demo one, and simply we will use a simple cylinder to model it, and we will use the tools that is called extrude tool, and we will move the loop tools to make it curve, and we will give texture to it. The most important and the interesting part is to give texture to it. So firstly we will model it, and I'll show you how to model it. And I think this is looking very good or quite good. So let's start the process of making it. So firstly I'm gonna add a cylinder here because this is cylindrical in shape, and press S and shift Z to only scale it down in the X and the Y direction. So I think this thickness is good, so scale it down in the Z direction now to make shorter in length. Now we need to extrude this part. Firstly we will make this lower part, this jack part, then after we will model this part. So this is the first and this is the second. So I'm gonna make this. So for making this, go to the edit mode. Now select all the things by pressing A and rotate it in the X direction. You can do it in the object mode. So I'm gonna select the first select the face selection mode, select this face, and you need to press what? E and S. Press E and S. You can press I instead of E and S. So now I'm gonna extrude it. So press E and extrude. We will extrude till here. You can see that we will extrude till here. Then we will scale it down. Then extrude and scale it up. Then extrude and scale it up. Let me show and do all the things as I'm doing. So press E to extrude it. Now it automatically select my axis. Now I think I should extrude more, so you can use G, but this will not work, so undo it and press E and extrude it till here. Now we will extrude it little bit, extrude it and press S to scale it down like this. Then after we will make this portion, so I'm gonna extrude it and then press X to scale it up. Then we will make this the lower portion, very lower portion. So press E and S to scale it down like this. So we successfully made its lower portion, so I think it's good. Now we are going to make what? This portion. So we need to select this face. So I select this face and press I or E and S. So I think this is not working here. I is not working properly. So press E and S. So this is now working properly. So I'm gonna make a wire. So let's undo it because and press E and S. Now we will extrude it till here, I think. Now undo it and press E to extrude till here. Now again press E and S. Now I'm gonna extrude it like this. This is simply a wire. So we successfully model this our headphone jack. Now we will texture it, but here you can see this material is black in color. This material is black in color first. Notice this material is also black in color second, and from this and upward this material is 3 black in color. So basically we need to separate 1, 2 and 3 by pressing P or by adding loop cut on our mesh. So firstly we need to add black portion here. So firstly I'm gonna add a loop cut here. So I'm gonna press Ctrl R and loop cut add here, and press Ctrl R again, another loop cut. Now I'm gonna press Ctrl R to add another loop cut here, and Ctrl R another loop cut here, because we will make it black. Now another black portion is from here, so we need to add another loop cut here. Press Ctrl R, add loop cut here, and all the things are looking good. Now we are going to make it curve. So for making curve you need to add I think 7 or 8 or 4 loop cut. So I'm gonna press Ctrl R and increase its intensity or numbers by your scroll wheels. So I have added 1 2 3 4 6 loop cuts, and press your left button here and press right button. Now I'm in the S selection mode. So firstly select the last one, I think this one. So select this one. I double click it and press G to move it anywhere. So we should go to the top mode and press G to move it here. Then select this, press G, select this, press G, select this, press G. I think this one. I select this one. I think I should zoom it. Select one, move it here, and you need to press where? You need to press here, not this portion. So select this and press G, two times G, then you can shift it, and one time G you can move it. So select this and press G. Now we successfully give it curve in shape. So I'm gonna separate all the things so we can easily give it a color. Now we successfully made our headphone jack and we will give texture to it. So we will do one thing, that this is black in color and this is silver in color. So we will separate the black portion and silver portion in the edit mode of this mesh. So I'm gonna select only the black portion. So I'm gonna select this because this is black in portion. So go to the face selection mode, select this face and press two times. Then I'm gonna select this. So select this and press two times, not this. Now I'm gonna select this, press two times. You need to press this line. So now we have successfully selected this. Now I'm gonna select this because this is also in black in color. Now I'm gonna select this is also black in color. Now I'm gonna select all the rest portion. So I'm gonna use this selection tool and you enable the X-ray mode and select all the things by pressing shift like this. Now I'm gonna select this and select this. Now you can off this modifier in the edit tab only, and I'm gonna select this. So disable it and select this and enable this modifier and see everything is now selected. This one is not selected, so select this, and I think this one is selected, not select this, and now everything is now selected. Now this is the problem, so we need to deselect it. So press shift to deselect it one by one like this, because now we have only selected the black portion. So press P and separate it. So go to the edit mode, object mode again, select this and press G. Now the black portion is now separated very successfully. So leave it by pressing right button. So now I'm gonna give it black color. So go to the material mode, add new material, and base color. Here we will add a black color and decrease its roughness to 0.25 like this. Now we will give I think metal, we will our metallic portion will one. So select this and in increase its metallic portion and decrease its roughness. So we successfully made a headphone jack. So you can copy this setting. So this is the basic setting of giving a metallic texture. So metallic should be one, the one means the 100% and 0.1 is the roughness. So we successfully made our headphone jack. Select this and press S to scale it. So we successfully made it. So select this and press G and X. So this is the basic texturing of the material. So if you wanna give a texture material, different material in one mesh, then the first method is to separate it because it is the easy process, and the second method is to use edit mode. So I'll discuss this later. So I'll meet in the next project. So this is for this project, guys. Hi, in this project we will modify this spoon in our blender and using a simple sphere and we will delete 80% of the portion of the sphere and we will make this spoon and we will use the boolean modifier here to make hole and this is cylinder and this is also cylinder. So let's the start of making this. So firstly I'm going to the solid mode and I'm going to add firstly let me make it close, so G and X. Now this fine, select this and this and press H to hide it. Now I'm going to use this reference image. Using it we will make a spoon. So press shift A, go to the mesh, add a UV sphere and here our origin point is here, so we will shift our origin point here. So press shift S and cursor to origin. Now select this mesh and press shift S. Now selection to cursor. So this is the work. Now I'm gonna decrease its size. Now I'm going to edit mode again. Now enable this X-ray mode. Now enable front mode. Now delete these faces. You can use the A selection or vertex selection mode. Now engage its selection and decrease and delete these faces. So now disable this X-ray mode. Now you can see that this is our spoon, but we will further model it. So I'm gonna model it. Firstly I'll decrease its depth, so we can use proportional editing or you can simply press S and Z. Firstly set this origin to this, so select and right click and here set origin to geometry and press S and Z to decrease its depth. Now go to the 7 top view mode and you can see this is oval in shape and you can see ellipse and this is not oval in shape, so I'm gonna make it oval in shape. So press S and X like this. I'm giving the shape of a spoon. Now I'm again going to the edit mode by selecting this mesh. Firstly let me rename it spoon. Now again going to edit mode. Now I'm gonna make its handle like this. So firstly we will select this two. I go to the edge mode, select this one by pressing shift and extrude it in the X direction. So press E and X. Now this is basically again press E and X. Now press S to scale it to give it wideness in the Y direction. Or now we have successfully made our spoon. So firstly hide this image because it is creating problem. Again press E and X to extrude it like this. So this is basically a spoon. Again press E and X. Now this is good in length, so I'm going to object mode to see it. Now it's looking great, but it doesn't have any thickness. So firstly we will make it smooth. So press F3 and add subdivision modifier and here increase its level. Here you will get two things, level viewport or render. Viewport is not so much important, but the render is very much important. So I would recommend you to use the same number here. So I'm going to set smooth it. Now I'm going to add solidify modifier here and increase its thickness. You can increase thickness like this or this. Now you can use even thickness. Now I'm going to add add इसमें loop cuts. You can add loop cut to make it sharp, but it will not work here because we increase its thickness in the lower portion, so it will work when you increase its thickness inside it. Now you should disable it and add loop cut here like this one. Again loop cut here to make it sharp and enable this thing. So this is basically a spoon. So I think increase its thickness by here. So it's looking like a spoon. Yes, it's looking like a spoon, and we have created it. Now I'm gonna select all the things and press G and move it here X and rotate it in the Z direction. Now I'm gonna make it like this. So I'm gonna move our cursor here. So press shift and right click here. I'm going to add a cylinder here, cylinder, and I'm gonna scale it down like this. Now here this cylinder is now successfully crossed this spoon. So firstly you need to enable bool tool. So go to the edit, preferences, go to the add-ons, and here you will get a bool tool, enable it. And if it's not here, then go get extension. Here you will get a bool tool, then must enable it. Now select this, then select our spoon and press control minus. Then the new modifier will added here. So press control and minus. So a new modifier that is called boolean modifier is now added here. So we successfully made our spoon. Now I'm going to hide the image. So we will give it texture. So go to the material mode and we will give it texture. So select this material, go to the material properties, add new material, and here increase its metallic portion, decrease its roughness. And it's very easy. So we successfully add material to it, and we can solve this stretching issue, but okay, let me solve it. So select this, go to the material section, modifier section, select deselect it, go to the edit mode again, and I'm going to select add another loop cut here. So I'm not able to add loop cut here, so I'm gonna select this loop by pressing the 2 times and press 2 times G like this. Now enable both the things. Now go to the add object mode. So it's looking like a spoon. So we have successfully made our spoon, and this is the very easy method of making it. Now you can see that we have I have made this spoon using different method. So you can model it using your perspective. So I think this is the basic and easy method of creating it. So this is sufficient for this class. So I'll meet you in the next project. Hi, in this video we will make this screw, and we will make this screw using a modifier that is called screw modifier, and we will use weld modifier. And you can get all the modifier from this modifier panel. Here you can get a screw modifier, then after you will get a weld modifier. By the modifier we will make it, and then after we will give it texture. And I'm gonna start the process. We will make it using a single vertex. So I'm gonna select this. You can select this, and then after you can go to the edit mode, but I'm gonna add a here cube, and I'm gonna press G and Y. Then after select this and go to the edit mode. I'm using this cube only for the purpose of going edit mode. Now I'm gonna use a tool that is called poly build tool, and this tool generate the vertex, and I'm currently in vertex mode. So I'm gonna this mode, press X to select this mode. Now I'm gonna use poly build. So select this. Firstly we need to delete all the vertex. So I'm gonna select all the things like this, and press A select to select all the things, and press X to delete all the vertex or face. And then after I'm gonna use this polyfill tool. Now select this, and I'm gonna use this. So I'm gonna select control and add a vertex here. Then after you can use E to extrude this like this. I'm gonna extrude this here. Now I'm gonna again extrude it till here. I'm using 2 boxes. Here you can see this one, there is 2 boxes. So I'm currently using 2 boxes at a time. So select So undo it and select this and move here like this. Now I'm gonna modifier. So select all the things by pressing A, or you can select like this. So I would recommend you to use this selection box to select this. Now go to the modifier panel and here you will get a add modifier section. Here generate and add screw modifier. Now this screw modifier makes a screw like this. Now I'm gonna firstly increase its proportion by selection of shift. You can press shift to move it very slowly or slightly. I'm gonna increase its number, so I'm gonna decrease this number like this. Now I'm currently in selection mode, so I'm gonna select this and press 2 times G. You can press G to move it in any direction. I'm gonna let it up. Here I'm gonna select this and press G, connect it. Now I'm gonna select this one and press G to move here, and I'm going to give it curve shape like this. So if you change it here, then it will automatically change all the portion. So that's it. So I'm gonna increase its length. So select all the portion and press S to scale it. Now I'm gonna move it up like this. So now this is in a screw in shape. So I'm gonna use another modifier, weld modifier, to connect all the portion. You can see that we can connect this one, this one, this one, this one using weld modifier. So I'm gonna use it. So go to the add modifier, generate, and you will get a weld modifier here. Now increase its number, distance. Now it will automatically connect. I think I should move it here. So it will connect it by using moving this vertex. So it's now connected and it's looking good. So I'm gonna solid mode to see it. Now it's not connected. So increase the number, or you can increase the vertex. Now I'm gonna select this and press G to move it and make it like a screw. Now I'm gonna make the lower portion, then after we will scale it down. Now I'm gonna make this lower portion, this one. So I'm gonna select all the things. Firstly let me apply this screw modifier. So I'm gonna firstly increase its segment to 25, then 30. You can use 35. Then after apply this modifier, but you need to go to the object mode and select this and apply this modifier, apply this weld modifier also. Now I'm gonna edit mode and you will get so many vertex. So I'm gonna select this one, this one, this one, while pressing shift and press M and merge it center. Then after I'm gonna select this one, and this one, not this one. So I'm gonna press R and Z to rotate it like this. Firstly let me go to the this mode and I'm gonna press R, and so you can select this all the portion. So firstly I'm currently in this portion. I'm gonna select all the vertex like this, this one also, this one. Select all the vertex, up lower vertex. I think this one also. Now all the vertex are now selected. So I'm gonna press R and Z, S and Z. Now again I'm and press S and Z. Now I'm gonna extrude it in the Z direction like this and press S to scale it down. So we successfully made this portion. You can press G and Z to move it like this. So we successfully made the lower portion. Now I'm gonna make this upper portion. So the process is same, exactly same. Now I'm gonna select this vertex and press M to merge it center. Now I'm gonna select all the vertex. So select all the vertex like this. This is a challenging process, but this is the modeling. So I'm gonna select this. Now I'm gonna press S and Z to rotate it. The process is little bit tough. So I'm gonna press again S and Z. Now that's good. So I'm gonna press E and S to extrude it upwards. Now I'm gonna press E and S again. I'm gonna press E and Z. Sorry, E and Z like this. Now I'm gonna press grid fill. So press F3 and here search grid fill. You will get grid fill and apply it. Now this will come and you can increase the span like this. So I think for yes 4 is good for me. So then after I'm gonna select this vertex edge and this edge and I'm gonna press 2 times G to shift its position. Now I'm gonna select this and press 2 times G to reshift the position of the edges. Now I'm gonna select this one and press G and Z, but I need to insert it, so press I to insert it and press G and Z. So we will solve it using subdivision modifier. Then after we will add loop cut here. So I'm gonna press I to insert it. So that's it. I'm gonna edit mode, object mode, and here I have successfully made this screw. I'm gonna scale it down and shift it to the world origin. Now I'm gonna add subdivision modifier. So press F3 and add subdivision surface modifier. Now increase its number. Now I'm gonna add loop cut here to make it sharp. So process are exactly same as we learned earlier. Add loop cut to make it sharp. So I think it also demand the loop cut. So this is looking like a screw. Now I'm gonna give material. So for giving material, go to the material preview mode. Now I'm currently in material preview mode. So select this, go to the material mode, add new material, and simply increase its metallic portion and decrease its roughness. You can increase or decrease its roughness according to your uses. So select this, currently 0.14, and press R and Y to rotate it, and R and Z like this, and select this to move. So this is our screw and we have made it. So this is our screw. So this is enough for this project. So I'll meet you on the next project. Bye. Hi, in this project we will make this Rubik's cube and we will see, I'll explain the large scope of array modifier and we can create it using so many methods, but I'll use array modifier to create this. Here you can see there are lots of cube, so we can make it using array modifier as well. So I'm gonna select this first and press G and X to move it. Firstly, let me explain the large scope of array modifier. So everything is now working well. So I'm gonna add a I'm gonna add a torus. Now this is theory class, then after I'll start the project. Firstly, let me explain what is array modifier and what is its large scope. So I'm gonna edit mode. Now I'm gonna stop mode and enable X-ray mode. Now I'm gonna press G and Y. Now so we can make a chain using array modifier. So I'm gonna select Shift D and Y RY 90. That's it. I'm gonna select and Control J. And now I'm gonna add a modifier that is called array modifier. Now I'm gonna scale it in the Y direction like this. Now so this is the work of the array modifier. We can make it using array modifier, and array modifier simplify all the things, because if we will make it using manual tools or using manual method, then it will take so much time. So array modifier makes everything very easy. So this is the one method. So I'm gonna explain the another thing. Let me delete it. Now I'm gonna add a cube again. I'm gonna make a stair. So select this and press S and Y RX 90. Now SX. Now I'm gonna make a stair. So I'm gonna add a empty simply use to modify anything. So I'm gonna use plain axis, press G and X. So I'm gonna apply array modifier here. So firstly select this, go to the object properties and make it 111. So for making it 11, press Ctrl and press all transformation. Then after select this and press and apply array modifier, go to the modifier array modifier and off it and go to the object offset, and here you can increase the number, but we need to select empty first. So select this. Now I'm gonna select this empty and press G and Z, so it will move according to the empty. So this is the basic stair. If I rotate the empty, then the stair will also rotate. So these things happens in the array modifier. So select this and you can increase the number. So if I select this and press G and Z, so this is the work of array modifier. So we can make so many things using the array modifier like this stair. There is lots of scope of the array modifier, so you should learn array modifier. So this is basically a bonus project, that's why I'm not going to explain all the things. Now I'm gonna start the process of making this cube or this cube. So select all the things. Now I will make this cube, this Rubik's cube. So firstly I need a what cube. So I'm gonna add a cube. Now scale it down. Now I'm gonna apply array modifier. So firstly I'm currently in the modifier panel, add modifier, generate an array. And then after increase its number to 3, because Rubik's cube has 3 section or 3 cube. So then after I'll duplicate this. So firstly let me increase the gap between them, not so much, like this. So undo it, we will do it later. So I'm gonna duplicate it. So select this one and here you will get a duplicate option, or you can duplicate it using Shift D. Firstly select this and press Shift D. All duplicated, so make it 0 and make it 1. Before applying array modifier, firstly check that here all the scale should be same, exactly same. So my one is same, that's why I have applied the modifier. So then after I'll copy it in the z direction, so select this and duplicate it. Now make it 0, now make it 1. So now we have successfully made this. Now I'm gonna use bevel modifier. So for it, add bevel modifier here. So add modifier, generate and bevel modifier. So this one helps us to bevel the cube. So I'm gonna increase the strength of it to make it smooth. Now everything is looking good. Then after I'll show you how to add this black strip in the our Rubik's cube. For it, select this, go to the material properties here and add material first. Then after we will add another material by this plus icon. Firstly rename it, this is Rubik's cube, okay, RK Rubik's cube. Then after I will add another material. We can add so much material and many more material using this plus sign, or you can delete any material using this minus sign. So I'm gonna add material here, black. So select this and make it black, nothing happens. So select this, go to the modifier panel again and here search for the bevel. Now go to the setting and yes, and here you will get material index, increase the number of material index. So it will add black strip to it. I'm currently in the you can say this is which mode, material preview mode. So I'm currently in the material preview mode. So I'm gonna adjust it like this. You can adjust all the settings. Now everything is looking good, so I'm gonna apply all the things. So select this and apply it, select this and apply it. So I have applied all the modifier, but we will not apply this bevel modifier because this might be create any problem. So let me apply this first and I'm go to the object edit mode and you can see I can select all the things, but it will create so many loop cuts. So I'm gonna undo all the things and we will not apply this bevel modifier, okay. Then okay, now select this and go to the edit mode and we will not separate it, we will separate it after giving color to it, material to it. So select, go to the edit mode, or now I'm currently in edit mode. Go to the this material properties and we will create 6 material here: red, blue, green, yellow, white and any left things. So I'm gonna create color. So I'm gonna select this and you will select all the 6 faces and select all the 6 portions and add a new material here and add a new material here and name it red, because we will add red material here and you can edit it using only in editing mode. So I'm gonna give a red yellow color, but this is not appearing here because we need to assign it. So press assign. Now this is yellow in color, so I'm gonna give it red color. So select this. Now add material here, add new material, give it name red. Now I'm gonna give red material here. Now assign it. Now I'll add blue color, so select this and here you will create a new one, new material, and here which one, blue, blue color. Now I'm gonna create a blue color, assign it. Now which color, green color, so I'm gonna create green color. You can follow the real geometry because red opposites yellow and blue opposites green, so you can follow it. So I think yellow and blue is not opposite, but I made it. Okay, no problem, you can follow this one because this is very correct cube, because I have searched in the internet that which color is good and which color is accurate. So that told me that green opposites yellow and blue one opposites green. So I'm gonna make it green. So select this 6 faces. Now I'm gonna make it green, so I'm gonna give it the name green. Now select this, I'm gonna select green color, I'm gonna assign it. So which color is now left? We have applied blue, red, yellow, orange. We need to apply a orange color, so I'm gonna apply orange color here. So I'm gonna select this one, 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 and the last one I'm gonna select here, and orange color now. So select here and press orange. Now select orange color from here. I think this one is orange color. You can use the actual hex color by searching in the internet. So I have made this Rubik's cube. Now I'm gonna object mode, and you can see this is only a cube basically. So we will separate it. So select this, go to the edit mode, and press A to select all the things. Now press P to separate and select loose parts. So it successfully separated all the parts. So this is the separated one. So now we will give animation to it. So I'm gonna give animation to it. So for giving animation, we need to shift its origin point to middle portion, because we need to move it. So let me press H H. So here you can see we will add a spare here for shifting the origin point, because this yellow one is a origin point. So we will shift origin point here, so we can add animation very easily. So I'm gonna shift, so select this one, press H to hide. So select this one and press H to hide. Now I'm gonna add a sphere here. So I'm gonna add a sphere. Where is a sphere? UV sphere. I expand this and decrease its length or surface. Press G and Z to move it upward. Now it is exactly in the middle portion, I think. Yes. So we need to change it little bit like this. Now it is exactly in the middle portion. Now we will shift our cursor, this cursor to this. So press shift and right click. So our cursor is now here. So press Alt H to hide and hide all the things, and select all the cube. Now here you can see this is our origin point, and we will shift this origin point to our sphere. So right click here, set origin to 3D cursor. Now our origin is now in the 3D cursor. So select this H. Now you can hide this sphere also, but here is the origin point. This one is origin point. Okay. Now I'm gonna undo all the unhide all the things. Now I'm gonna give animation to it. So I'm gonna firstly select this portion, and I'm gonna select all the portion. Press I to insert a keyframe. Now I'm gonna 40, and I'm gonna select this and press R and Z to rotate it, and you can rotate it anywhere like this. I'm gonna select this, so like this. If you wanna give animation to by different method, then this might be create problem, because all the cubes are separated. So you need to firstly join the cubes, then after you can insert keyframes, otherwise it might be create any problem. So you can give animation like this. So this is for the this tutorial. So I'll meet you in the next tutorial. Bye. Hi my friend, this is very last video of this course, and I have successfully finished the all course, a full course. So what next? What next? You should learn the advanced modeling in the Blender, and you can learn the physics property here. You will get the physics property, and I would request you to learn all the things: cloth properties, soft body properties, fluid properties, and rigid body properties, and everything. Then after, I would suggest you to learn UV editing. You can learn UV editing as well, and you can learn the here you can learn VFX portion, motion tracking from After Effects, or you should learn sculpting. Here you can, I'm gonna layout mode, you can use the sculpting mode to sculpt anything, so you can learn it. Okay, So this is the very interesting part. You can model anything by sculpting. So I would request you to go beyond the Blender and learn all the things, because Blender is very basic and very important software. Whenever you learn all the things of Blender and you have the proper knowledge of Blender, then you can easily navigate into the any other software like the Unreal Engine, Maya, and you can easily navigate to this software, because the user interface of that software are very very similar to the Blender, and all the things will be same there. See, scene collection, viewport, and in the sculpting part, I think most of the things are very very same. So I would request you to learn the advanced modeling and many more things. So let me open another things here. This is the basic project that I have covered. Now you can learn many more things. That's you can make a light bulb, you can do rigid body film, many more things, that you can do rigging, you can make a apple, you can make this apple using texture painting. You can use texture painting after learning UV editing. So firstly learn UV editing, then after do texture painting. So I have did this, and here I think my image went off. So this is the very last video. So never stop learning, and always use your mind, because AI is here and AI will never replace us, because we have a mind of a critical thinking, and we can think critically, and like AI we not a robot that we are doing the things which are given by someone. So we can more than the AI. So use your critical thinking. So friend, so I'm living here. So if you will enroll my another course, then I'll meet you again. Bye. Signing off, Manish Kumar from India.